You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Project Runway After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Project Runway After Show.
Hey everyone, Bing is for doing, and here at AFTERBUZZ TV, we're doing another Project Runway All-Stars Season 3, Episode 1 recap. I'm your host, Alina Akram, and these are my lovely co-hosts, Amanda Fields and Emma Kay. Hi girls.
Guys. Hi.
Excited for this All-Star season?
Oh, I'm so excited.
Definitely.
Yes. How do you guys feel about the new host, Alyssa Milano?
You know, at first I was questioning that choice because in the past they've had models always be the host. But Alyssa Milano was fantastic. I really liked her thoughts, and I liked the way she addressed the designers and talked about the challenges. She was really excited about it.
All right, Emma?
I wasn't really fond of her being on the show just because she doesn't represent fashion to me. You know, she did a great job. I have nothing bad to say about her hosting skills. But at the same time, you know, when she would come out and to the runway, I feel like she didn't own the clothes like we've seen other hosts do. I feel like it was more like dressing her up to be up there, and she wasn't really owning the outfits that she was wearing. That was my only concern.
Do you feel like the clothes were wearing her?
Correct.
Okay.
Maybe as the season goes on and she gets more confident, she'll do better. I liked her as a host. I think she's really likable in general. She's beautiful. But I do agree with you in the sense she isn't really fashion-y, and I see why you were kind of hesitant about hearing she was hosting as well. Besides Alyssa being the new host, we also have a new mentor, Zena Roberts Rossi. And who is she an editor for? What magazine?
Marie Claire magazine. She works with Nina Garcia at that magazine.
Yes. I love her style. I love her British accent. So I'm happy about her mentoring them. And she was really blunt with the designers. We're going to get into it once we get into the workroom, but what did you think of her style?
I wasn't a fan.
No?
No.
She was a little too harsh for you? What do you...
I mean, I think everyone has a different eye in how they look at certain stuff, and sometimes it's just not your field, and it's not your expertise in especially punk. So some of the criticism that she was giving might have been a little bit too out of her range, but we'll wait and see, you know, until the season goes, until a couple of more episodes.
I really thought that she did have some good nuggets of wisdom to give to the designers. I just wasn't so sure about her hair. And
her outfit.
You guys out there, don't get mad at me. It's just a personal preference. I don't really like all the crazy big hair, but maybe she was trying to channel Blondie, and she just went for it.
I just feel like as a mentor, you have to stand out, and you have to really play the part, even dressed and how you look, what you deliver. You know, we see it on Project Runway when Tim comes to, you know, to give them advice and he's always dressed up in a suit. He's sharp, you know, you can't say anything bad about him. But I felt like she was just one of them when she walked into the room. I didn't see anything special just from her appearance. I mean, we'll see what she has to bring and what she has to offer, but...
I liked some of her thoughts, though. She really just kind of came in and laid it all out for them.
Yeah, she didn't hold back, that's for sure. Before we get into all of that, let's talk about the challenge and the designers we have on the show. They start with Victor Luna. I missed the season he's on, ladies. Can you guys help me with that?
I think he was season 9.
Season 9.
Yes.
Then we have Michael Knight, season 3. Daniel Escoves, season 11. Koto, season 5. Elena, season 10. Melissa, season 10. Christopher, season 10. Ari, who came back as a woman. She's from season 8. Jeffrey from Season 3, and he's a winner. Another winner, Irina from Season 6, and the last winner, Seth Aaron from Season 7. Now, I have to ask you guys, and fans, let us know what you guys think as well on Twitter and on our comments. What do you guys think about them allowing winners this season?
Okay, I actually tweeted something about this earlier, I think yesterday. I just don't know why, as a winner of Project Runway, first of all, that you would be allowed to come back and compete on All-Stars, and secondly, why you would want to put yourself through that all over again when you've already got the title.
Well, I don't think that they're as successful as we assume they would be. They probably need more help. They probably want more exposure, their second chance.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of feel like they came back maybe for the resources, not so much of the title or to win. But, you know, even being on the first or second, getting eliminated on the third episode, that's still keeping yourself relevant.
Exactly.
Well, that's what they want to do.
In a way, it's almost a free commercial for them.
Exactly.
That's a great way to put it. And I can honestly tell you guys, I barely remember these winners. And I watch Project Runway. I'm a fan. So imagine people who aren't really that into it.
Well, you have to remember, you know, there's so many different shows that are going on at the same time as Project Runway. You have, you know, different shows that come on. So people switch from one show to another. As soon as, you know, one season is over, they jump to another show that's completely different. So you have overall how many winners?
Yeah.
That in one season. So it could be really difficult to remember them, especially if they're from Season 3.
Right. And I have to say, speaking of Season 3, if you guys out there don't remember, just a little note about me. I was a model on Season 3. And so I worked with Michael Knight and Jeffrey Sibilia on that season. And so it's been a long time. It was in 2006. So a lot of people may not have that fresh on their minds. And it was interesting to me to see when Jeffrey's model walked out and Michael's model walked out, how true to their design aesthetic they stayed. They actually have evolved from that time, but they're still the same, it's the same essence of their design.
I love that. That's cool to hear. Mm-hmm. And I actually thought Jeffrey and Michael Knight were two designers I really enjoyed. As soon as they saw them, I was like, yeah, they were good.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what they have in store. Another little element on All Stars is there's no immunity. So every week we're going to have somebody gone, and we're not going to see anybody saved because they had won the week before.
And there's no Tim Gunn save. Tim Gunn's not there.
No Tim Gunn save.
No save, no immunity.
The challenge this week was to create their own version of a punk rock look for the runway. The music legend, as they called her, Debbie Harry from Blondie, was their inspiration, and product placement and a plug for the show today was Debbie Harry's new music. So that's what they put on their iPods or headphones and listened to while they sketched for 30 minutes.
Yes, and they were all inspired by the music, especially Alina. She was so stoked to hear about Debbie Harry being their inspiration because, as she said, her dad is a huge fan of Blondie.
Blondie.
Yeah, Blondie.
That was a good one.
I love the accent.
Yes, and so she was like sketching all these primary colors. The sketch, it actually looked more like just red and blue and green, but as we see throughout the episode, it's actually pink and green and blue. So
yeah, she definitely gets emotional from the beginning as soon as she hears Debbie Harry's name. So it's nice to see somebody feel a personal connection to a challenge.
Exactly.
They have a $200 budget. They have 30 minutes to sketch, and they don't have their usual 30 minutes at Mood. They're actually going to be creating the work at Mood in the basement, where it's hot, cramped, and not a very great working environment. But we will get into that in the workroom. Before we get into that, ladies, anybody want to talk about iTunes? Let's let our fans know.
I would love to. So all you guys out there, first of all, thank you for listening and watching us week after week. We love Project Runway as much as you do. So please listen to us on iTunes, download the podcast, watch us on YouTube, comment, rate us, tell us what you love, what maybe you don't love, and you could even send us questions that you might want us to ask designers on future episodes if we ever get a chance for them to call in. So we love that you're into it as much as we are.
Yes, Rada's comment. Thank you, Amanda.
Yes.
Now let's get into the workroom. We already discussed it's at mood. Amanda, I liked your theory. Share it.
Okay, so I have a little theory. I'm not sure if this was crossing paths at the same time, but I was thinking, are they filming season 12 of Project Runway at the same time as when they're filming the beginning episodes of Project Runway All-Stars? Because they don't actually go to the workroom in Parsons.
Yeah.
They do the fashion show at Parsons School of Design, but they have their workroom at Mood, and they basically do all of their sewing there, their fabric choices there, everything from even the model fittings. So they actually just have their runway show at Parsons. So my theory is maybe they were filming season 12 at the same time as All Stars 3.
So it just wasn't an All-Stars fashion twist, you know.
Yeah, it
How
could
they
have
tried
just...
to-
Probably. I think it would have been the ending of season 12, maybe the last 1 or 2 episodes, and they needed to start, All Stars, the first episode.
I'm excited to find out when they actually show them in the workroom at Parsons.
Yeah, it could be next week, but it still doesn't mean that they weren't using it for this past Project Runway season. Because honestly, how big of a twist was it? It wasn't that bad of a working environment. It's not like they were on top of each other. They had sewing machines.
Exactly.
They made it sound like they weren't going to have a sewing room. And
Exactly.
that they were going to be really close together. And it looked okay.
It was fine. They could manage. So
Although they probably didn't think it was fine when they got there.
let's get to the workroom. As soon as we get to the workroom, Alina is concerned that she's bit off too much, more than she can chew, and Melissa is worried about time. I remember that about Melissa. She used to have time issues, but throughout Project Runway period, we always see these designers scramble.
When I saw Melissa's sketch of her white leather jacket, I was really intrigued. It looks so exciting and fresh to do a white leather jacket. So I was already a fan of it just from the sketch.
I'm just disappointed that sometimes we look at the sketches and they're so amazing, but then when it comes to life and you see the actual visual of what it turned to be, you're a little bit disappointed. And
Well, it can go one way or the other. It can really disappoint you, or you could really be blown away.
Who was that for you, Emma, since you bring it up?
I mean, there were a couple. One of them had to be Daniel.
Okay.
You know, the blazer that he sketched was completely different than what we saw on the runway. It was 2 separate outfits, I feel like.
Okay, and I'm going to jump ahead just a little bit because Daniel, I felt like he basically created a blazer and a capri pant that he probably has done before, and the whole outfit was relying on an accessory. It was a belt with the pink frilliness of the leather.
Yeah.
That was a cool belt, I have to be honest. It was very interesting and punk. But with the outfit, it just was kind of, okay, so there's a black blazer and a black pant and a pink belt. Boom. I've seen it before.
Before we get into Zaina's criticism, anything else that stood out to you ladies in the workroom?
The dog.
Swatch, he always stands out every single time. I
He's
can't
so
help myself.
I thought, you know, they were just all so funny in how they were acting with one another, you know, saying, that's too soon. I'm not going to help with this person.
And of course, Michael Knight was like, Jeffrey's here. Oh, no.
Yeah.
You know, not mimicking him, but making fun of Michael by saying, you know, these are the scissors, the winning scissors from season 3.
Yeah, Jeffrey was totally digging. I thought it was funny.
I think he's actually honest about that. He probably did bring them from home.
Oh, I'm sure it is, but let's throw it in Michael Knight's face. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
This is what I cut my winning look with.
Yeah. But I'm excited to get to the workroom. Go for it.
Yes, Zaina, she comes in there and she's got that strong presence. She's not afraid to tell him what she thinks. And she really tells Seth Aaron, you want fashion forward, not fashion future. And I get how she got that whole futuristic vibe from his look, Seth Aaron's look in the workroom. What were you girls thinking?
The shoulders, it wasn't a shoulder pad. And so just in case you guys out there did not get a chance to see it yet, I'm going to try my best to describe this jacket. It was white leather, okay? So Seth Aaron and Melissa went for the same idea, but it was a different type of treatment on the leather. His had more of a texture. And the shoulders themselves came to a big point. So it made whoever would be wearing it, the woman that would be wearing it, look like their shoulders went really up high, almost up to their ears. That's how far the points were going up on the side. So that's why Zana Roberts Rossi came in and said, it's punk, not fashion future, meaning this is not like Star Trek.
Fashion forward, not fashion future, yeah.
Yes, thank you.
No problem. Emma?
I like the outfit. I like the fact that he was able to bring high fashion, combine it with punk, because as Debbie said, it's their interpretation of punk. So everyone's interpretation of, even avant-garde is completely different. So I did like the fact that he was able to bring even like the futuristic look, but it was still tasteful, high fashion, and punk to me. I love the suspenders that he did, the plaid pants. Yeah. It was completely punk for maybe a certain generation.
I think it came together well in the final result on the model. But in the workroom, on the form, just the jacket standing there, I see why she would make that point. The point, and the point on the shoulders.
No pun intended. Koto, she was afraid that she was playing it a little too safe. And really, it was hard to even judge in the workroom because I couldn't even tell what she was creating.
I couldn't tell either until, the model was wearing it on the runway and we were able to see the back, and it was like, okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah.
But it did not look punk at all in the workroom.
But I love what she said. Kato decided that this was in her interview, but they put it in there while they were in the workroom, and she said, "Girl, put that jacket down and start your dress." And she was talking about Melissa.
Yes.
But the time issue, because she's spending so much time on this leather jacket that the dress is, sort of an afterthought, according to Kato. But we will see on the runway what that dress actually becomes.
Yeah, and Kato has a point because, it worked out fine for Melissa now, but these designers are really going to have that time issue and time management issue. So we will see who suffers from it.
Oh, and Kato even said, "Girl, I would even just use a Sharpie marker and make little stitches that look like I sewed it and just,
call it a day."
Yeah, instead of hand sewing every stitch, but...
Well, and Zana did tell Kato that she was playing it too safe.
Yeah.
So that was another comment that I agreed first when I didn't see the whole design. But then after having the piece worn on the runway, I disagreed with her.
Yeah, I did too. Once I saw it on the runway, honestly, in the workroom, I could barely tell. But on the runway, I didn't think it was too safe.
Well, there wasn't much room to maneuver and walk around and...
I guess. There we go. I guess it was a little smaller.
Exactly. And I think... on this episode in the workroom, there was a lot of transformations, dramatic transformations of outfits.
You're right.
Exciting to see.
Some people work really well under pressure when it's that last minute, last hour. That's why everyone is completely different. Melissa struggled in the last, hour or two, and Ari was, she made the outfit, last minute by just ripping off the pants and making it into shorts.
And sleeves.
Yeah, the model fitting happened, and the model was in Ari's outfit, and it's this drapey top with leather pieces and chiffon, green and tan and black, and she sort of just stands there, and she's wearing these jeans that are kind of a bell-bottom jean, which doesn't look really punk. And Ari just took a long look, and she even said, "Well, if I look at something for too long, I know something's wrong with it." So she just goes up and takes a look at it and just cuts.
She was courageous for doing that.
She was.
And you know what? That model, kudos to her for standing there and letting Ari just take the scissors to her pants.
Yep.
Alina
was also somebody who changed her look last minute, and we see that it really benefited her because...
But I think she just got saved.
She did get saved.
Due to her model.
But also, I think Zaina's comment that it looked like a car racing jacket probably helped her too, because it really did from the front. With the cuts and crisscross.
Now, looking back at the designs that we saw, I feel like, I'm going to take back what I said about some of the looks, including sets, and say it looks more like rock and roll-ish than punk.
Yeah.
I think they might have, people might have confused the two maybe purposely, or I don't know, but it looked more of a rock and roll look.
I see what you're saying.
It definitely looked like an outfit that a singer would wear to perform in, for sure. I don't know if it would be like a punk band look, but maybe like Janelle Monáe would wear.
Or even, Elena's jacket would be more of a rock and roll jacket to me than a punk.
Yeah, even pop. Like the pop stars we have today.
Yeah. Lady Gaga. Lady
jacket.
Gaga would wear Seth Aaron's jacket for sure.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Madonna, hello.
Oh, yes. Hello. Thank you. Thank you, Emma.
All right. Let's get to the runway. We get Alyssa Milano coming out. She's got the punk hair going with a little faux hawk.
Faux hawk.
I didn't like it.
I didn't like her outfit. Her skirt was like way too big on her, too long.
I have a problem with where the skirt hit her leg.
And she's really tiny. That's a really hard length to wear, especially if you're
like the middle of her calf.
Well, actually, I have to disagree. If it's fitted, it would have been fine, but it wasn't fitted because the leather was too thick. It wasn't, thin leather.
It hung kind of just straight on her instead of to her body. It wasn't body conscious. But she has a great body, so
she does.
Of course.
And it was the waist was too low on the skirt, so it made her upper body look a little bit bigger than what
out of proportion.
Out of proportion, exactly.
We have some new sponsors this season.
Yes.
So the accessories are from QVC. The makeup sponsor is Mary Kay, and the hair is by Alterna Hair Care. And Alterna has included this amazing prize in the prize package of the winner from this season. They're going to be their hair team on any fashion show that they do in the next year after they win.
That's great. Yeah, the prize is worth over $750,000.
Yes.
The sponsors are really random, but I'm pretty sure they're all under one family. Like Mary Kay is probably owned by L'Oreal.
Oh, that would be interesting to look up.
I bet.
Because I don't really like L'Oreal. I don't like their makeup.
Really?
I love their shampoo and conditioner.
L'Oreal?
And like deep conditioner.
I feel like Mary Kay is more of a cosmetics line and L'Oreal is more of a hair line. The makeups that they did on the models, I know the designers get to pick what they want and how they want it done, but it's not I don't think it's a runway makeup look.
But L'Oreal does have some fantastic lipsticks.
L'Oreal is a huge brand. They own Lancôme. They own a ton of these cosmetic brands. So I wouldn't be surprised if they've bought Mary Kay and they're like, this is an all-star season and we need Mary Kay exposure. It's dying. Boom.
And isn't Mary Kay like a...
and I bet Alterna's under them too, under their wing.
Is Mary Kay still the company where people will come around and sell it to you at your house?
Yeah.
From a magazine.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's updated. I bet you can buy it off the web now.
But they have I feel like Mary Kay is, and don't get me wrong, I do like their products, but I feel like it's like the Tupperware parties people do to sell their products.
Yeah.
But it's more of a mom and pop versus a corporate.
But perhaps the Project Runway audience is growing up a little. Maybe the people that have been fans for a long time are just sticking with the show. Maybe they've added some new fans that are in a different age bracket. And so Mary Kay and QVC are kind of, they apply to everyone. But I think that
the demo is
the
older.
Lifetime demographic, the QVC demographic might be a little bit older, but you know what? Those are the people that want to spend the money.
That's true. So, I mean, either way, I'm sure they have the most amazing makeup artists and hairstylists. So, really, what does it matter what they're using?
I actually like the makeup and the hair for All Stars versus Project Runway.
Yeah,
so,
really
I have nothing to say about Mary Kay.
Because we were even talking about CoverGirl and, it's like a drugstore brand. However, the lead makeup artist for CoverGirl is Pat McGrath.
Yes.
And she does every big runway.
Yes, and you know what?
So
CoverGirl
it doesn't really matter.
Has some great products. So there's great products in every makeup line, no matter what the price point is of anything.
Yeah, and it's really all pretty similar stuff. I bet you there's so many products that are...
Oh, yeah.
No, I bet you there's so many products that we buy from the department stores, and it's the same thing.
It is.
At the drugstore, but we don't know better.
It is. I mean,
it's
kind of like the generic and then the brand. You go to buy medicine and then you get the generic brand, but then there's the actual brand.
Yeah.
It's the same effect.
Guess what? This is one of those exciting topics that I actually really want to know more about from everybody that's watching. If you could tweet us, we're going to give you our Twitter names at the end of the show.
Let us know if you guys know more info about this.
Yes, tell us your opinion on makeup products. Do you think that the drugstore brands are as good as the department store brands? Do you find that it's very similar as far as eyeshadows and lipsticks? I know this might seem a little off topic, but it's still fashion, and it's just something that I want to hear your thoughts about. So
yeah, and let us know, enlighten us, because honestly, I don't know. I'm assuming that these are all under one brand, but who knows? Let's get into the fun stuff. We are digressing. We're girls. We're like, let's talk about
lipstick. We talk about makeup all day long, you know? I mean,
who did you hear?
It's too much fun. It's too much fun. Okay,
well, one last thing. We want people to tweet us their pictures of department store makeup and also
pictures. And Instagram and everything. We'll give you all the info.
Because I want to know what L'Oreal lipstick is really.
I use Maybelline mascara from, just from a regular CVS, so I don't do department stores.
Ooh, Maybelline.
Yeah. And L'Oreal Voluminous.
Great.
Carbon Black, you guys. Mascara. Off the hook.
Pure Minerals.
They're not paying me.
Mascara.
But if they would like to,
amazing.
I can give you an email address. Let's get to the runway. The first look is Jeffree.
Jeffree Sibelia's model comes out on the runway. Boom, bam, amazing. I know that you guys might want to get into the dress a little bit more, but that model, her walk was killer. And I want to find out all these girls' names because they're incredible.
Amazing.
And his model, his lovely model, as you mentioned, was wearing a black peplum jacket. It looked like it was a faux fur almost, and it had leopard trim.
Yes.
And then he had a really funky long and short tulle skirt that looked like he literally just wrapped the tulle around her.
And the back was see-through with the jacket had leather patches around the waist as well. So it was a really nice outfit.
I would have to say this is the most impressive show piece of the episode. It looked so good on the runway. However, when you get up close, I found some technical problems with the dress.
Well, he was having issues with it before it went on the runway, so I knew that the dress wasn't complete. And I think they got saved because the judges aren't looking at it up close and personal, like Project Runway. So that might have saved a lot of them, which is why Couture said, just take a marker and sketch like you've sewed the outfit. And I did like the deconstructed skirt. And I felt like it was Barbie escaping an after-hours party where she was glammed up, and then
the Barbie walk of shame.
Because it was really nice, but it felt like there was something about it that was still, I don't want to say trashy because it wasn't trashy, but edgy.
I like that I thought he had by far the most fashion-forward look or risky look.
Yes.
I like that he went there. I didn't necessarily love it. I didn't like the thick fabric he used on the jacket. I hated the leopard.
It was very 80s.
And I love don't get me wrong, I like a good leopard print, but I think
it was a sewing as well.
Yes. And
or the lack thereof.
There you go. Chris, I wrote for Chris, too messy, confusing. I didn't know what was going on. He had a long vest. It was gray. It was black. There was
I like the
safety pins.
Chain elements, though, of that.
Okay.
He had like the metal chain link going down.
See, I was...
You were distracted by all the elements.
Yeah, there was a lot going on, but that's what punk is. There is a lot going on in punk. And I did like the pants he had with the zippers in the front. So even though
I don't even remember the pants. This is why,
Even though I think, well, I can't really say that either. I was going to say he should have brought some color, but punk, you don't really have color.
So. It was gray and black and brown.
Brown, yes. With silver chains
they're like a long vest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe the shirt was
It was
long?
just the shirt. One side of it was long, hanging, and the right side was long, and the left side was just normal size.
This is one of those things that I'm going to have to look at again online in a picture. Because I think there's parts of it that are more interesting when you really get a chance to stare at it a while.
Yeah, definitely.
Irina, she had a mini dress. It was red, black, and white. I thought it was cute. It was a bit too sexy and almost borderline trashy. And black, red, and white, it kind of bugs me.
Can we say rock and roll?
Rock and roll.
Well, roll, but coming down the runway, it was rock and roll. When she turned around, it was streetwalker. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was borderline trashy.
Yeah. Really trashy. That slit just came up way too high on the back. It was almost like, okay, girl, does that zipper better not unzip anymore?
Well, the material in the back wasn't her sewing was not great either. She was hoping the judges wouldn't see that as well.
I wonder if some of these designers on the show, now I know for a fact a lot of designers that are professional designers out there, they outsource their sewing. You know, they do all the designing, and they're very talented at sketching and doing the design, and then they don't themselves sew it. So maybe they're a little out of practice of personally sewing things.
Even the sketches, you would be surprised how many of them have people who sketch for them. They give them an idea of how they want it to be, and the people sketch for them until, you know, it's like, okay, that's perfect. I want you to change this. And
that's the sketch that I want. Yes.
Victor, I did not like the pants. It was like a cami red, black and white pant. Then he had a fitted blazer. And what do you call the detail? Grommets all over. I just...
you know,
the taste,
first of all, the jacket was too big on the model. It was, I don't know what it was. It felt like a grandma's jacket, and the pants.
I disagree.
Hold on. Or, you know, because I'm going to add something else to it. Or it might have been the pants that was throwing me off, because it was the flowery, colorful pants that
I don't know what it was.
Alyssa Milano, when she said she liked it, I was like, what do you like about it? I don't see anything punk about it. And the shoes he chose, the bag, it was way too much going on that was distracting you.
Okay, here's what I think. Victor made a very successful outfit for a different challenge. It was not punk, it was not rock and roll. However, when the model came out in it, I thought it was pretty sexy. Maybe it was just the model herself that was sexy, but the jacket lost me on the sleeves with all the grommets. There were too many holes in the sleeves. But I liked kind of the oversized feel of the jacket. It just, as Isaac Mizrahi was saying, it didn't like have any punch to it. It just kind of was there. But you know, if the jacket had different sleeves, I would buy that jacket. And the pants were very tailored. It was just not right for the challenge, but well made in general.
I feel like he played it safe as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Koto, I wrote, she had a little black dress, and the skirt flared out. It was backless with chains. I wrote it was pretty and elegant. And I still thought it was pretty punk.
I said it was chic and punk at the same time. So the details on the dress, I didn't notice it until the model was wearing it on the runway.
Yeah.
The back, the zipper, the chains hanging from the back was great, and I love the fit on the model. I don't know if it would fit like that on every single person, but you know, the flare and how it was, the dress was moving when she was walking down the runway was amazing.
Now, I know this term has been way overused, but I wrote it down, so I'm just going to say when the model turned around, I was like, oh, she's bringing sexy back. It had a very sexy back. Like, the front of it was very ladylike punk. Yeah, it was like the girl that wants to go punk, but still wants to look like a lady. And then she turned around, and I was like, oh, little sassiness in the back.
Yeah,
so
I like that.
That was a good element, and I can see why she was very successful in this episode.
Daniel had a raw silk suit. He used raw silk a lot in the past. The capri pants. People, it's not 1992.
Stop it with the capri pants.
Stop it with the capri pants.
Just
and then
make it stop.
It just looked like a costume with that belt.
I want to see someone make like holiday pants, like flare. Move away from capris and skinny jeans, and let's go to.
I don't know.
I've been boring. It had no personality. I was not even interested to see any more details. Well, there was none, but
I mean,
except the belt.
The jacket could have been executed well, but we couldn't tell because of this crazy pink leather belt. And like we were saying earlier, the belt was cool, but that was about it. The outfit itself was just like, okay, I could find that at any department store. A blazer and a capri pant. Except, why would they sell suit pants in capri length? I don't understand. But
Elena, she made the leather patchwork jacket with whole with the details, like the patchwork, not patchwork, but crisscross details with holes in it. And she was smart enough to turn the jacket around so it looked like a straight jacket. I think I would have really liked it had it been all black. I hated the colors.
You hated the colors? I think it was cool though that she took a big risk with the colors. She was the only one that really went there with the color. So it was mostly blue, and then some green pieces of leather and pink. And at least they were all sort of in the same family of jewel tone leather, or excuse me, jewel tone colors. And so it was good that she didn't just all of a sudden have like a pastel in there. Then it would have not been successful. What did you think about the dress that was under it? Was it just more of an afterthought?
Afterthought.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I think with her, if she did it plain, black or any just simple one color, I think she would have been eliminated. The color was what saved her. And it's something that I think I would have seen, or I might have seen on Hannah Montana on Disney Channel. I don't want to be mean, but I feel like I've seen the jacket or that look on a teenager or someone like that. I don't think.
Well, I think the thing that made it not teenager.
It was 2013 punk or chic. I don't know what to call it. I don't know if it's punk.
The thing that elevated it was the fact that it was backwards. That's what took it to another level. She was very smart to try that. And I wrote down color block punk. Color blocking, if you guys don't know, I think you probably know, has been a big trend out there for the last like 4 seasons.
Yeah.
So it's been a trend for a while. So she was kind of smart to stay with the trend. However, I don't know, it's still beautiful, but we've seen it. It's not that I'm over it, it's just that we've seen it before. So that was sort of, okay, color blocking, what else are you gonna do with it to make it more than just color blocking?
But it is a piece that I think I would find at Nordstrom. Something that's edgy, but it still had the high-end quality leather.
And it's wearable.
Look to it, and it's wearable.
And sellable.
Exactly.
Very important, especially for QVC.
Ari, I thought it was so much better than what I saw in the workroom. It was great execution. I don't love the neon chiffon hanging from it, and I did not see any elements of punk. But my only comment really was that it was better than what I saw in the workroom. And it was a short little jumper with long sleeves. It was dark denim with a piece of neon chiffon hanging.
I don't know why, but it reminded me of an Express look, not punk.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's a piece that I would have found in Express, which now they're trying to go to a different market versus having the business where they're trying to branch out to
a younger
crowd. So I feel like it was an Express look, which they're going for now. Because it was simple, but it still had that a little bit of edge to it.
Right, and it had a good flow to it on the runway. When the model walked down in it, it was impressive.
Yeah,
and I think this is a good look, but again, not for a punk challenge, just for a whole different customer, a whole different challenge altogether. It doesn't scream Debbie Harry to me, that's for sure.
Michael Knight had an all-white ensemble. He had a funky, flared-out jacket that had a bunch of detail, but the model takes it off, and she's wearing a mock turtleneck type of really, really, really short bodycon dress. I wrote trashy, too short. Wasn't feeling it.
It needed another inch on the bottom.
I mean, the inch is underestimating.
No, but I mean, if you wanted to do short, do a short dress, but not that many. That was like, again, just verging on the side of trashy. Sorry, Michael. It's a great idea. I like the element of the safety pins. At first, I was like, safety pins on Project Runway, but with punk, it works. So I like the top half, but not the bottom half.
I only have one comment on that, is choose a different color. Okay. I don't think his design stood out in white because it was too plain, and both of the pieces blended together. Versus, if you have black, even though it's a plain simple color, but it brings out an elegance. It makes it catchy.
Everything's better in black, in my opinion.
Yeah, so
However,
I think he should have chose a different color, and it would have. I don't even remember the details on it.
Yeah.
I wonder if in advance, if they knew, if they had like a picture of who their model was going to be, because I think on darker skin, white is very beautiful, and I think if it had been in black, you know, it's still beautiful, but on the runway when you're making an impression in a show, I thought the white was a good choice.
Excuse me, Melissa, I wrote nice-ish vest. Here's the thing, I don't like white leather. I'm a black leather type of person.
Was it a vest? Did it have sleeves?
No, it
No.
was a vest.
Okay.
And I didn't love the black and blue lace dress. It was whatever. Snooze. I wasn't impressed by anybody's look, though. I don't think I even liked one look tonight. I hope this season isn't another disappointing All-Star
You know
season.
what? I think we just expect so much from these designers, having already been on Project Runway, having already sort of understood what the competition demands of them. I wonder if they were all just sort of playing it safe in the first episode, doing what they know they can do in a short amount of time. Maybe it'll get more exciting as it goes with the looks, but Melissa, I think, did a good job on that vest. It was not anything that we haven't seen before. It wasn't, it didn't blow us away because it wasn't new. None of this was very new. It was just sort of, okay, that's cool. I'd wear that. I'd buy that. When Melissa's look came down the runway, I said, I would buy that look. So at least it's very sellable. But yeah, the dress was a bore, I have to say.
Listen, it was a simple bodycon dress.
No personality.
It's a beautiful dress if you're going shopping at the mall, you know, for a party or something. But it's not like
Runway.
Project Runway All-Stars dress.
Exactly. Seth Aaron, he at least kind of went there. He had a crazy white jacket. It was leather, but it had the texture on it. Again, I don't like white leather. I'm sorry. I like black leather. And crazy plaid pants with the...
Was it houndstooth on the pants?
Houndstooth.
Yes.
Not plaid. Houndstooth.
Yes.
Go ahead, Emma.
I was going to say his white actually works because of the pants.
And it was a metallic sheen to it. It had a metallic sheen.
It wasn't...
A shininess.
It wasn't like all black and white. It was, you know, there were patterns in it that made you look at the pants and then separate the pants from the jacket.
And the lining inside of the jacket and the sleeve was pink leather. So the sleeves of the jacket were cut straight up to the elbow of the model. And so on each side, you know, when she walked down, you could see the pink. And I wrote black and white and pink all over.
I personally think this was the best outfit for tonight, and it's something that I would wear. If anyone knows my personality, I, you know, like to go with the edgy look. I like to wear something that stands out, is different, unique, and no one is gonna have it. So I think like he brought the high-end, high fashion with punk, and at the same time, it was different. You know, if you walk on the, you know, runway or red carpet wearing that outfit, no one else will have a duplicate of that.
Everyone's going to want to get a picture of it, too.
Exactly. But, you know, you walk down you even go to the mall wearing Melissa stuff. Every other person will have something similar to it.
People will look at you because it's a cool outfit, but it's not as striking as that jacket from Seth. But, you know, with Seth Aaron, I think I just had a little vision right now of how it could have improved. It was already a beautiful look, but I think with that jacket, the thing that was missing is maybe something a little bit more feminine to balance it. Because with those pants, the pants sort of seemed like it went with a different outfit to me. The houndstooth I think that houndstooth made it more ladylike. Like maybe if it had more of a punk sort of a dress under, I know dress and punk may not go together for some people, but if it was some sort of element underneath, like a black dress that looked kind of messy or something with that striking form of the jacket, I think that could be pretty hot. That's just my opinion.
Well, it doesn't really matter anyways because Seth Aaron doesn't win. Let's name our winner.
But he's in the top 3.
Yes.
The winner for tonight is...
Alina!
Congratulations.
And she got super emotional, started crying. She's like, now my dad is going to be proud because Blondie's going to be wearing my outfit or my jacket.
Yes.
Whatever.
Well, where do we start? I don't think her outfit was the best. So I don't agree with maybe giving her the title that she won the challenge because it was only form-fitting for Debbie.
Yes.
If they had announced that ahead of time, obviously people wouldn't have chosen what they did because that was the only thing she could wear from what everyone presented.
She can't wear Seth Aaron's outfit.
No.
Well, and so they announced while they were announcing the top 3 and the winner and everything that the winner will design for Debbie Harry.
Correct.
For how long? A year, I think? Her personal designer?
No,
I thought it was just that one outfit.
Okay. I mixed up the year with the hair care. I'm sorry. There's so much information.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the loser tonight was Ari. She's going home.
She's out. But you know what?
That was predictable as well.
She made a look that she could be proud of, though. At least it was well constructed. It looked good on the runway. It wasn't necessarily punk, but, you know, she can go home with a smile, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad look.
It wasn't, and I think she walked away proud to know that she came in with the change, and she was happy with her work, and that's all that matters. And the world and everyone got to see what the new Ari is capable of. So
her beautiful transformation as well.
Exactly, and I think she's definitely going to get picked up by maybe Express or someone, I don't know, but I think she'll get picked up.
Yeah,
maybe
great exposure.
Maybe Topshop or something like that. I could see.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, ladies.
H&M.
Yes.
Should we do any predictions or go straight to our where people can find us?
Ooh, I want to do some predictions.
Let's hear your prediction.
I always want to do a prediction. Okay, so the top 3 this week were Jeffrey, Seth Aaron, and Elena.
Okay.
So I have a feeling that, you know, I don't know that with All Stars that they were going to have the same winner twice in a row. I think, depending on the challenge next week, I think Jeffrey could win the challenge. He performed very well, and I think the person that could be out next time, it could either be Victor or, yeah, I'm just going to say Victor might be out next week. He could be in trouble. Or Daniel. Daniel could be out.
I have to agree with you. I think my prediction would be that Daniel will be eliminated. He really needs to step up and bring his best design to the runway because he just played it safe. I think Irina might also be going home next week or in a couple of weeks. I don't think she's I don't know. I just didn't like her look.
Or as Nina might have said, Nina Garcia, I question your taste level.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go ahead. This is the first show, so I'm predicting the winner. I think it's either going to be Jeffrey or Melissa, and that's just because I like their taste level.
Ooh.
All right, you guys. Let's tell everybody where they can find us. With that said,
you guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at RealEmmaK and shop onto Emma K's Closet to shop all the nice, chic, fashionable trends.
Hi guys, I'm Amanda Fields. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at The Runway Queen.
And you guys can find me on Twitter at _Alina23. Thanks for listening, everyone. Thanks, ladies.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.